Hi, and welcome to Fan to Flame Dates. I'm Bruce, and this is my wife of 38 years, Karen, and we're excited that you're joining us for these times to get together as husbands and wives to learn some things and talk about some things and work on some things that will build and strengthen your marriage, to fan the flame. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to provide 3 video segments for you every month. Now, you can watch one video segment every week and then take a 4th night out on the town.
I like that one.
Or you can sit down and watch all 3 video segments at one night during the month and hammer through it all at one time. The choice is yours. There's no right or wrong way how to do this.
Let's introduce our first segment. Isn't it amazing that opposites attract? The emotionally charged with the emotionally challenged, and the quiet, reserved type with the outgoing, loud type, and the logical, sequential with the impulsive, impetuous type.
That sounds awful familiar to me, but you know, it's true that many of us as couples are opposites. We're some maximizers and some are minimizers, and in this date you're going to learn a little bit more about that. Who are they going to meet?
We're going to meet Turtle and Hailstorm, and I hope that you will have fun trying to identify which one you are, but my advice to you is don't feel too guilty when you discover who you are.
I want to tell you a story about Turtle and Hailstorm. It's an allegory that we've modified from Harville Hendricks and Helen Hunt. Once upon a time, there was a hailstorm who met a turtle, and the two quickly fell madly in love. You know, they knew that they were very different from each other, but that's what made it fun. Hailstorm had so many fun feelings and expressions that were new and thrilling for Turtle. And Turtle was so strong and stable, it made Hailstorm feel safe. And come on, everyone knows that if you truly love each other, everything's going to work out just fine. So they were married and had 3 children. 1 little turtle, 1 a hailstorm, and 1 a little of both. And when things were not stressful, they were happy together. But the realities of life and marriage soon began to take hold. And when things got a little challenging, there was a real good chance that Turtle would retreat into its shell. And when Turtle closed down, Hailstorm felt unloved and got angry. And Hail would soon barrage Turtle with the hopes of getting Turtle out of its shell to talk and to respond. But Hailstorm's hopes of getting Turtle out just drove Turtle deeper and deeper into its shell, causing Turtle to wonder whether Hailstorm was still in love or not. And Turtle got to the point that it could smell a storm coming and withdraw into its shell. And then Hailstorm would unleash a powerful and furious storm, wondering if Turtle was still in love and wanted to be married. Whichever one went into its defensive mode first would trigger the negative response of the other. When Turtle turtled, Hailstorm stormed. When Hailstorm stormed, Turtle retreated. They were locked in a vicious cycle. Over time, this vicious cycle began to close down their relationship, and there were fewer and fewer days where the two could be friendly and cooperate and be happy together. They seemed stuck in their stereotypical roles. They both felt hurt and disappointed and angry. Turtle blamed Hailstorm, and Hailstorm blamed Turtle for the predicament that they were in. Each of them believed that if the other one would change, things would be okay. So they found themselves stuck with no solution in sight, and they went to see a marriage counselor. And counselor was very knowledgeable about matters of the heart, especially in regard to Hailstorm and Turtle relationships. It turns out that counselor has seen a lot of couples like them before. Counselor began to listen and soon helped them see that they were in this relationship together for a reason. And knowing who they were and how they could help each other grow was going to be the key to them becoming happy together again. Counselor had each one share what they thought the problem was. Turtle shared first. If Hailstorm stopped hailing on me so regularly, I wouldn't have to withdraw into my shell and we could be happy again. Hailstorm replied, if Turtle would stop hiding from me at the least little bit of rain and get out of its shell, we could be happy and connect. Counselor quickly saw the need to take each of them alone to learn a little bit more about who they were and why they were doing what they were doing. He started with Turtle. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And Turtle said, it's very hard for me to share my thoughts and feelings and my actions, even with Hailstorm. I struggle with knowing what I'm feeling and how to share them, and it seems so easy for Hailstorm. The one feeling I know is that I feel safe in my shell. I like to solve problems, to work through issues all by myself. I don't want help or other people's opinions or suggestions. I can figure it out and get it done all by myself. I don't even want or need Hailstorm's help. I just like to be left alone. The less interaction I have to have with other people, the happier I am. I don't want to have to talk about what I'm thinking about. I don't want to talk about what I'm feeling. I don't want to talk with anyone. That's just fine with me. I hate stressful and intense situations, and Hailstorm can be one huge source of swirling stress and discomfort for me. I get all tied up in knots when things start moving too fast and furious. I don't like stress. I'm a flatliner. No extra excitement or stress needed in my life. No thanks. And Counselor wrote all these things about Turtle down. Counselor then met with Hailstorm. Tell me a little about you, Counselor prodded. Well, I'm full of lots of emotions and feelings, and I need to express them with explosive energy. I love intensity and passion, and there's no monotone here with me. My communication is animated and seasoned with volume. I'm always looking for ideas from others on how I can solve my problems. Problems with the kids, problems with Turtle, problems at work, problems wherever. The more input I can get, the better. It feeds my need for activity and intensity. I'm a people person, and when I'm down and feeling a little depressed, I love to have lots of positive people come around me so I can interact with them, and their energy gives me energy and makes me happy. And I'm very responsible. I feel like I'm carrying this relationship along. The kids, Turtle, who knows where we would be if I wasn't carrying Turtle on my back to make this marriage work. And I'm generous with my time, money, giving gifts, and serving others. All these things make me feel needed and completed. Counselor made a list about Hailstorm. Counselor wonders, how many people hearing this story are like Turtle? How many like Hailstorm? How many Turtle-Hailstorm couples do we have listening to this fable today? So let's stop for a minute and talk about which of these two characters in our story best describes you, the listener, and which one best characterizes your spouse. Let's take a minute to look over the clipboard again and see what characteristics describe Turtle and what characteristics describe Hailstorm. Turtle had trouble expressing feelings. Turtle likes to solve problems alone and to be alone. And Turtle doesn't like intense, stressful situations. Hailstorm expresses feelings freely with lots of energy, especially to spouse. Hailstorm likes to seek advice from others and likes to be with people. Hailstorm feels responsible for making relationships work, and Hailstorm is generous. So take a little time right now as we close up this session to talk about which one is most like you and which one's most like your spouse. Hey, and maybe both of you are Turtles or both of you are Hailstorms. That's okay. And next time we get together, Karen and I are going to share with you who we are. One of us is a Turtle and one of us is a Hailstorm. And we'll talk about the adjustments that we made so that we could live happy together for 38 years.